Assassination on the U.S. general in Afghanistan. Are you convinced that you discuss your strategy for Afghanistan? Or
We have. We discuss it all the time. We discuss it all the time. We feel very badly about that. It's war. It's a tough business, right, General? Tough business. We do.
Mr. President, you said Johnny's explanation that it was an accident?
No, however they talked about it, nothing that they've done has done from the thought. Whoever put it in their minds, that was not a good thought. The process was no good. The execution was no good. And the cover-up, if you want to call it that, was certainly no good. Yes? Did you have that?
Mr. President, will you be discussing a potential military response to Saudi Arabia and/or?
We discuss everything in this room. You'll be the last to know.
About the Migrant Caravan.
Yeah, it's coming up. We'll discuss that too, because we're not going to allow these people to come into our country. You know, we have people, millions of people, that have worked for years to come into our country legally. They work for years. They've gone through all sorts of hell to proudly be a citizen of the United States, and it's taken a long time. They've worked very hard. Isn't it really unfair when people can just burst right over? They end up staying in this great country. Now, one of the things that has happened is we're doing so well economically that everybody wants a piece of it. We didn't have that 2 and 3 and 4 years ago or 10 years ago, but everybody wants a piece of it. But you have to come in legally, and you have to come in through merit. We have big companies coming into our country that would never even thought about it 3 years ago. We have car companies coming in from Japan, brand new plants going to be announced soon. They've already announced some of them. Going to Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Kentucky and North Carolina and South Carolina, coming all over our country, Florida. And they need workers. And we want people. I think everybody around this table wants to see people come in. We need people. We have 3.7 unemployment. It's the lowest number in many years. Overall, probably the lowest numbers as a whole that we've ever had. African American, lowest numbers in history. Asian American. You look at any Hispanic American, lowest numbers, best unemployment numbers, and best employment numbers in history. We have more people working today than we've ever had working in the history of the United States. Think of that. So with all of this, what happens is a lot of people want to break into the system. We want people coming in, but they have to be of merit. They have to be merit-based. And we need those people because all these companies coming in, they need people. We need workers. And we look forward to doing something on that, and we will be doing something on that.
Mr. President, what's the timeline for the creation of Space Force?
I'd like to ask General Matters or Joe. Maybe I'd like to ask one of you two or both. How do you feel about it, General?
Right now, what we're going to do is set up a combatant command. That's our initial goal. We're working with Congress for the legislation that we'll need to open the door to further organization, but we're not letting any moss grow. We're organizing now for combat, and that's combatant command. It's underway right now.
That's it.
Mr. President.
I think I can say that everybody in this room feels strongly about Space Force. Everything's necessary, but that's going to be a very important part. It seems to be where it's at and where it's going. Satellites, and I'm not just talking about sending rockets to the moon or sending rockets to Mars. I'm talking about defense and offense. So much is going to be a part of space. And we all feel very strongly about it. We're pushing it as hard as we can. And I think we have a good chance next year of officially doing our Space Force. It's a very, very big thing. It's a legacy for everybody in this room. Very important part of our military, both offense and defense. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. President, when you, just to clarify, you're saying that the Saudis' execution and cover-up of the murder was a fiasco. Are you saying they should have executed it or covered
no,
it up better?
I'm saying Jeff, you didn't hear me. I'm saying they should have never thought about it. Okay. Once they thought about it, everything else went wrong also. Very simple. They should have never thought about it. Should have never been done. But once they thought about it, everything else they did was bad too. The cover-up was horrible. The execution was horrible. But they should have never been at an execution or a cover-up because it should have never happened. Is that more clear?
Mr. President, if the Crown Prince is implicated, how do you plan to hold him accountable? Do you think he should lose his license?
Well, we'll have to do something, but I will say this. I spoke with the King, I spoke with the Crown Prince yesterday, and he strongly said that he had nothing to do with this. This was at a lower level. We have people right now in Saudi Arabia that are literally just now getting on planes, coming back. We have people, very talented people in Turkey, dealing with the top people in Turkey. And we're all meeting tomorrow afternoon. Everybody's going to have a lot of information. We've gained a lot of information, and we'll know pretty much everything there is to know, I believe. It's a very sad event for Saudi Arabia. Very, very sad. Very, very terrible.
Mr. President, about the border, you said that you're going to threaten to close the border on 30. What are you thinking about the national
Well, Mexico is working with us. There is a movement toward our country. It's going to be a while before they get here. And this group that is around this table will be involved, and others will be involved. We cannot let people come into our country illegally. Just can't do it. Can't do it. You don't have borders, you don't have a country.
But were you thinking about the National Guard or what?
Thinking about a lot of things. Thinking about everything, including the military, not just the National Guard. The military is what I'm thinking about. We can't have people coming into our country illegally. It's not fair for a lot of reasons. Not fair to the people that are here, not fair to the people that want to come here. The people that have worked so hard to become a citizen of this country, that are waiting online for 10 years. It's not fair to them, not fair to anybody. Okay?
What legally could the military do at the border?
They can do a lot. They're the military. Right, fellas? They're the military. They can do a lot. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.